Hey everyone, welcome back to the Excel Edge Realty Podcast. For all our listeners tuning in today, we've got something special, a deep dive just for you.
Yeah.
I'm Lex, and with me is Vera, ready to break down some fascinating information about the Manila condo market.
It's a hot topic.
It really is, especially for, those of you out there who are first-time home buyers or investors looking to, make some smart moves in real estate.
Right.
So we're going to sift through all the noise, surface the insights that matter the most.
Absolutely.
We're pulling from some recent analysis and data from Colliers Philippines and Lichio Property Consultants.
Great sources.
Yeah, think of this as your cheat sheet to navigating the Manila condo scene.
A scene that's pretty complex right now.
Yeah?
We're seeing a huge oversupply of condos in Manila, over 67,600 units, just sitting empty as of late 2024.
Oh, 67,600? That's a lot of empty units.
It is.
Like, imagine entire skyscrapers full of empty apartments.
More than that, actually.
Really?
We're talking about VHP 158 billion. Wow.
That's $2.72 billion worth of inventory just sitting there.
Wow.
And what's even more fascinating is that it's estimated to take over 8 years for the market to absorb all of that.
8 years. So if someone's looking to flip a condo for a quick profit, maybe not the best time.
Right.
But for those who are in it for the long haul, this could be a chance to snag a good deal, right?
That's the big question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it a buyer's market or a risky gamble?
Yeah.
Let's dive into some of the factors that got us here.
Okay, so rewind a bit. What happened to create this massive surplus in the first place?
Yeah.
The articles mentioned POGOs, those online gaming companies. What's the story there?
So POGOs were a huge driver of demand in the Manila condo market from around 2016 to 2022.
Okay.
They needed space for their operations, and that led to a lot of new development, particularly in the Bay Area.
Mm-hmm.
Developers saw this surge in demand, and understandably, they started building and pricing units accordingly.
So a classic case of supply trying to keep up with demand.
But then what happened? Did demand just disappear?
Well, when the POGO boom fizzled out, it left a massive void in the market.
Right.
We're talking about 274,000 square meters of empty space that used to be occupied by POGOs.
Wow, that's a huge hit to the market. I
Oh.
guess you can't just snap your fingers and find new tenants for that much space.
Exactly. And this vacancy issue is compounded by rising costs across the board. Interest rates have been climbing, making mortgages more expensive for buyers, and the cost of construction materials peaked at a 14-year high in 2022.
Wow.
Even land values have increased, making it challenging for developers to lower prices to attract buyers.
It's like a domino effect with rising costs, pushing prices up, and ultimately impacting affordability.
Right.
Which brings us to a big question, especially for those first-time buyers out there.
Right.
Can the average Filipino family even afford a condo in Manila right now?
That's a crucial point, Lex. Back in 2021, the average monthly cost of living in Manila was around VHP 50,800, or about $847. But when you look at the average income of, say, public school teachers, it becomes clear that there's a significant gap between income and the cost of owning a condo.
So what you're saying is even for professionals who are doing okay, homeownership in Manila might be a bit of a stretch right now.
It can be a real challenge, that's for sure, but it's not all doom and gloom.
Okay.
There might actually be a silver lining in all of this, especially for a particular group of Filipinos.
Intriguing. Okay, you've got to tell us more about this silver lining. Who are we talking about?
We're talking about overseas Filipino workers, or OFWs.
OFWs. That makes sense. They're often sending money back home and looking for ways to invest it wisely.
Yeah.
But how does this oversupply actually benefit them?
Well, for starters, it creates a more competitive market. With so many units available, developers are under pressure to attract buyers, which can lead to better deals and more flexible payment options.
So OFWs could potentially snag a condo at a lower price than they might have a few years ago.
Exactly. And on top of that, developers are starting to cater specifically to OFWs, recognizing them as a reliable and financially stable segment of the market.
So we're seeing things like extended payment terms, maybe even special financing options tailored for OFWs?
Precisely. We're seeing pre-selling down payment plans stretched out to as long as 84 months, that's 7 years. That could be a game changer for OFWs who are planning for the long term.
That's a pretty attractive proposition, especially if you're earning in a foreign currency and sending money back home. But let's shift gears for a moment. We've talked a lot about the challenges of this oversupply, but what about potential solutions? Are there any creative ideas floating around out there?
There are actually some really interesting ideas being explored. One that stands out is repurposing those empty POGO spaces.
Okay, I'm all ears. How would that work?
Well, imagine those vast office spaces being transformed into co-working hubs, business centers, or even educational facilities.
That's a cool idea. It could breathe new life into those areas and
Yeah.
create a more diverse community.
Anything else? Another approach is to convert some of these units into mixed-use developments, incorporating retail spaces, restaurants, or recreational facilities.
That could really enhance the lifestyle aspect for residents.
Absolutely. And then there's the growing trend of developers shifting their focus to areas outside Metro Manila.
So spreading the love a little bit, looking beyond the usual hotspots. Where are they setting their sights?
We're seeing a lot of activity in places like Batangas, Laguna, Cavite, Cebu, Davao, and Pampanga.
Interesting. Those areas offer a different pace of life, maybe a bit more space and potentially better value for money.
Exactly. And for buyers who are tired of the hustle and bustle of Manila, these areas can be a breath of fresh air.
Let's get specific for a moment. The data mentioned Metro Cebu leading the way with a large percentage of new developments.
That's right. Metro Cebu accounts for a whopping 53% of new developments outside of Manila. And then you have the Cavite Laguna Batangas region, which comes in at 22%.
So a clear shift towards those areas. It seems like developers are recognizing the changing needs and preferences of buyers. But let's bring this back to our listeners, especially those who are thinking, okay, this is all fascinating, but what does it mean for me?
Well, the key takeaway is that the Manila condo market is dynamic, and in a state of flux, it presents both opportunities and challenges.
It's a bit of a mixed bag then.
You could say that. But with the right knowledge and guidance, you can navigate this market successfully. Whether you're a first-time buyer or a seasoned investor, it's crucial to do your research, understand the trends, and most importantly, work with a trusted real estate professional who can guide you through the process.
Speaking of trusted professionals, I think we know a few.
We do indeed.
That's where Excel Edge Realty comes in.
Right.
We specialize in mid-price to high-end properties,
Right.
and we're so passionate about helping our clients find the perfect place to call home. Whether it's a condo in the heart of Manila or a spacious house in one of those up-and-coming areas we talked about.
Yeah, those are great options.
Yeah, and we've got our finger on the pulse of the market. We know the neighborhoods, we understand the trends, and we've got a proven track record of helping our clients make smart real estate decisions.
Absolutely. One of the best things you can do is equip yourself with knowledge. The more you understand about the market, the better equipped you'll be to make informed choices.
Knowledge is power.
It really is, especially in a market as dynamic as this one.
So to wrap things up, what would be your final piece of advice for our listeners, especially those who are on the fence about buying a property right now?
I would say don't be afraid to explore your options, talk to experts, do your research, and consider all the angles. This might be a time of uncertainty, but it's also a time of great opportunity.
Well said. And for those who are ready to start exploring those opportunities, where can they find you?
You can visit our website at www.excelage.com.ph. We've got tons of information about the market, our listings, and our team.
And don't forget to follow the Excel Edge Realty podcast for more deep dives into the world of real estate. We're here to help you make informed decisions, navigate the complexities of the market, and achieve your real estate goals.
And remember, knowledge is power. The more you know, the better equipped you'll be to make the right choices.
So keep learning, keep exploring, and don't forget to hit that follow button and share this episode with anyone who might benefit from this knowledge.
Until next time, happy investing.
And mabuhay.